Cox Marketing Group claimed, has since not retracted, but taken down the claim at any rate, that they had the ability to listen to conversations of phone users without their awareness so that they could market to them based on their private communications with others. Scary. It's going to be a rare situation where I'm against the marketers who normally I fully support. It's a story about is it Cox MC? What's the name of the company?
It's like Cox Research Group or something.
Yeah, advertise. A marketer basically comes out and says, "Hey, we can listen to people's microphones when their phones are turned off, and we market to them that way." And it reminded me of this clip from the Joe Rogan
they've
show.
proven with Pegasus that they can have your iPhone recording you when it's off. Like when it's off, it can record you. It listens to you. It tracks your whereabouts. Like just because you think it's off, it doesn't mean it's off. Just your screen is off.
Right.
So if they hijack your phone, they figure out how to get it so that your phone is recording everything you say and sending you.
Why is he wearing a
location while
spacesuit?
You think it's off. You're like, yeah, fuck the government. I'm gonna
Halloween.
turn my phone off and have this
Joe Rogan.
Oh, is it? Is that why?
conversation about Bitcoin.
That makes sense.
What you're doing is you're talking to the NSA. Well, they've already used those Amazon things, those boxes in your house. What are those things? What are they called? Echoes.
Yeah.
Alexa.
We talked about
They've already
this.
used those for murders. For murder cases, they've got a hold of the
To
For
solve
murders or for
murders,
murder
not
cases?
to cause murders.
I was
We
going to
kill
say, man.
people with Alexa.
recordings. It's recording 24/7.
Right.
Well, Alexa's listening,
Yeah.
and that if you kill your wife, Alexa knows.
Yeah.
So apparently, they solved a murder. But
I
they've
think he's just
proven.
watched Kimmy.
Say that again.
Like, he's
Ye-
just
oh,
watched
yeah,
Kimmy.
it was good.
Yeah.
So-
I think Joe Rogan's getting confused with real life. I don't know. Maybe they have.
Okay. Well, two things that we should probably cover about the Joe Rogan thing is especially the music and stuff. So that's classic FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, doubt.
Yeah.
Spreading fear, spreading uncertainty, spreading doubt about
Right.
if you can trust these things. Because what it does is it gets you views and it gets you listeners and it gets you money.
So
Dude,
interesting that you say
Watch
that,
this shit
John,
about Joe.
because the way I came across that particular clip was in getting ready for Friday's episode. I went on my little TikTok and I said, "Conspiracy videos."
Yeah. So something to cover though.
got
So
some
let's
great
cover.
results.
I just want to. Let's talk about something called. I want to say it's called the baseband. Baseband OS. So on our phones, every smartphone has
Right.
a chip, right? It has a CPU. Usually, it's like a really complicated integrated CPU that has a bunch of different parts to it. The way phones have to interact with old cell networks to make phone calls, right? It requires proprietary baseband software that runs its own operating system.
But does that have access to the camera and the mic?
No. So wait.
Okay.
It does have access to the microphone. Right? And because of how cell towers work, generally speaking, you can triangulate a user's location based on where they are in between cell towers. So is it possible is it possible that when I power off my phone, I'm actually powering off my Android OS, but not the baseband mobile cellular network OS?
Okay. There's so many different things going on, and so many different ways that these little devices can be kind of hacked or compromised. By the way, I completely agree with Iron Pie Test's question here. He says, I know iPhones can be tracked easily when it went off, but record audio? This is one thing I don't know about the claim from CMG. By the way, did we actually explain the story? So
No.
the story is that...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Again.
The story is that there's this marketing company called CMG Marketing, and they claim that they can actually listen to people when their phones are off and use that to target ads towards them. So there's a kind of urban legend.
Wait, but that's not what the title says, right? The title just says that they can listen to you.
Right, but the story is that what I just said. And they had a website, a part of their website up, which had like, I don't know if there's screenshots on this article somewhere, but there was a whole part of their marketing website from a marketing company, which is all about, hey, yeah, we can listen to what people are talking about and target them from their ads, even when their mic is supposedly off. And they had, you can buy an area, so you buy like a region.
Okay, when their mic is off or when their phone is off, Peter?
When their mic is off, I think.
So not when their device is off.
Yeah. No, not when their device is off.
Okay.
But it is, we're talking about the whole tracking thing in general.
Yeah, but just making sure that we clarify that, like, one seems nearly impossible, the other makes much more sense. They can listen in even when your mic is supposedly off. So
the thing is that we know that these, not just the phones as well, but the like smart devices, Amazon Echoes and Amazon Echo and Google Echo, they are always listening because they have to be able to respond to these comments. But they're only supposed to record the bits that are like commands, which is, and there's something else that we talked about before, which is that you can get targeted based on your audio commands, which is like, Alexa, search for restaurants nearby, and you get a response. But that's just like a normal search. So it's not really anything more creepy. But the urban legend is that they can always hear us. And when we're talking about, I don't know, let's have fun times tonight, Mrs. Mike and Mr. Mike. Which
is exactly what we call each other.
Yeah, it's sexy times tonight, and then you suddenly get ads for like KY jelly on your on your phone.
But let's also remember that there are recorded instances of American police seeing that a neighbor has a Ring camera and they subpoenaed Amazon for the footage from Ring.
Yeah,
and they handed over the footage.
Well,
right?
Yeah,
if I recall correctly. So
that's slightly different, but I suppose if they just get all the stuff together, it's.
What I just want to say is that none of us have read the terms of service of using an Alexa device or an Echo device, and who knows what it actually says. Like, there could be a warning. We may listen to things you say. This device may record and upload inadvertently, unintentionally shit that you say. And that kind of protects them from that.
Feels very conspiracy theory-ish.
But at the same time, right, like, I have spoken countless times with friends on Discord, and I will say something like, oh, I've never done that before, and then I'll get YouTube recommendations to watch videos about the thing that I've never done or watched, right? So, like, it is not beyond the realm of possibilities that these services, especially Discord, by the way,
what do you think,
Mike? We know decrypts on the fly. They do not end-to-end encrypt. It hits their servers. They decrypt. They listen. They just stopped a... was it a 13-year-old who was planning a terrorist attack in America against Jews? Discord stopped them because they had flagged the conversation
through passive audio, or because it was a text conversation.
I don't remember if it was text or audio. I mean, what is our saying? Fuck it.
Imagine
we will do it live. Discord 13-year-old.
So I did some reading about this, and the thing Rogan was talking about was the Pegasus software, which we've talked about before, that does claim to be able to use your mic when the phone is powered down, which, like John said, seems super suspicious to me. Like, if the phone is truly powered down, then can they actually figure that out? Text messages, yeah, that makes more sense. And I don't know that that's what the marketing company was claiming. But in looking at it,
the marketing was claiming is, when your mic is on now, I don't know, you have like a fucking 2G, so I'm not sure if you get this, but on new phones,
sorry, it's the
when your
4A.
mic is on. Oh yeah, my bad.
Pixel 4A, John,
as new.
I got it.
When my mic is on, it indicates with like a green dot in the top right, like
Our
test.
mic is always on.
I'm going to stop doing these stories, Peter.
So, like, I think what it means is that even though my indicator is saying that my microphone's off, right? There is no indication that my microphone's off. The app that they've somehow finagled their way into has got permissions into the microphone.
You read the same article.
And it's a
then.
cat and mouse. It's a cat and mouse game where, like, Google and Apple will be like, "Oh, well, you can't do that. We don't allow you to do that. We're gonna ban you." And then the creators have to like figure out a new way around the blocks that the
See, okay.
yeah.
So I am not convinced by this whole thing. I think it was a stunt or I don't know, a fake or a misunderstanding, or I don't think it's real. I think if there was really the ability to listen to stuff that we didn't know about already, it would, or a hack. But yeah.
Wait,
Well, we
Peter,
know
you
that-
sound really that's almost arrogant coming from you.
Oh God! All right.
Think about the amount of money marketing companies make, right?
Yeah.
They are hiring the best of the best for circumvention.
Yeah.
What makes you think that they haven't written 0 days to abuse the manifests in like Android, or the like, what is it called in iOS? Is it the P
list?
The P list. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about people that are way smarter than us, who've probably
Mhm.
figured out ways to outmaneuver the locks that Apple and Android have put down.
I think they definitely could do it if they
Yeah.
wanted to. They definitely have the money, and
And if they're
But they-
based in fucking Mongolia or somewhere, I don't know, like Cambodia or somewhere where they don't give a shit about the rules of the West, what's stopping them?
well, I think two things. It's you couldn't actually buy the data off people and use it without doing something illegal. I think that's one problem. And the second thing is they don't really need to. I think there's enough data already. There's enough targeting data without all this stuff, right? Kochava got taken to court this week by the FTC for selling all this private personalized data, and that's all just stuff
That's
they
in
bought from-
America again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're suggesting is that instead of being ransomware gangs, they're like marketing data gangs.
Basically, shadow marketing.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's what's
I mean,
happening.
heck yeah, that sounds
Sorry, Mike,
fucking crazy.
We haven't let Mike say much today. So, Mike, do you want to chip in at all?
Yeah, why don't you argue their case, Mike?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
So, yeah, okay, all right. Yeah. For once, Mike has not got any pro marketing spiel to give us. All right, fine.
Not for these guys.
Okay. All right, that's it. I think we covered it. That's pretty much it. It's all
Yeah,
bonkers.
that's
I think it's a scam.